Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are running the M55 8-inch howitzer on Northwest. Now it does seem to be like the same few maps rotating every time I do a video anymore. But I promise it's not planned. I have no control over map selection in wargaming. I wish I did because I would never play on maps like Insk, Ruinsburg, or Himmelsdorf when I'm in my ARTY. Not that I can't be effective on those maps, it's just a lot harder to be effective, and if your team doesn't help, you're pretty much tail in the wind, gonna die. But anyway, we're not on those maps, we're on Northwest, which isn't a bad map for ARTY, and we spawned on the better side for ARTY, in my opinion. I mean, you can do some damage from the other side, but there's a lot more stuff in your way from the other side. Whereas on this side, the engagements tend to be more favorable for artillery because people will stop out in the open and so on and so forth. Now, fair warning, this isn't going to be a very high damaging game. It's going to be a pretty average game. But I kind of wanted to show this for a couple reasons. I want you guys who don't play artillery to see some of the struggles we have with artillery. And I consider myself to be a pretty good ARTY player. I mean, you have to be to mark one of the most used ARTYs in the game. It takes a lot of consistency, so I'm one of the more consistent ARTYs that I know. And I'm not being arrogant, trust me, I'm one of the most down-to-earth guys you'll meet, right up until I get upset. And once I get upset, it's like I'm a raging bull and you'll never get me calmed down. Hence the reason I'm in Bull's Brigade. No pun intended. Or in this case, every pun intended. So right off the bat, we have an AMX 5100, which is a French Tier 8 heavy tank. And he's thinking he's safe behind this rock. I have a shot, I pull the trigger, and the game's like, nah, we're going to let it hit the rock. I had a clear shot. There was no reason that shot should have fell short and hit the rock. But that's wargaming. We did still splash him, though we probably didn't do much damage. Now we have an Indian Panzer, Tier 8, German, medium tank, and he's getting chewed to pieces, so now we have a Motherland, and this is the other side of RNG. So, I don't know why Motherlands and this map and artillery don't go together, but that's a paddling. Sure, it was only 800 damage, but I take one shot at a Motherland on this map, and they seem to pop. You saw the T-92 shot, where I just absolutely wrecked his world. Now we have an E-75 Tier 9 German heavy tank, and we're going to try to get this guy off the board early. So we put the shot out, and we hit him for 711. The other ARTY, which is an M12 American Tier 7 artillery piece, hit him for like 5. Because I believe the M12 gets the 155mm long barrel. You know, the gun that can be on this as well. And it's called the M53. So he gets a fire rate advantage, range advantage, but he can't shoot over all these little hills. Now this T-28 Prot is a splash kill for me, and I hit the rock. You guys saw me aim to the left of the rock. There's no reason that should have hit where it did. But it's World of Tanks, and I'm in an ARTY. Happens all the time. This crazy love of mine. If you don't know that song, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Leave it to me to come up with some weird, odd song references in the middle of a video. But anyway, so now we're starting to get a little bit more engagements, and unfortunately for us, these two heavy tanks that are here on this center road are hanging out just around the corner, so we can't really get shots on them. This T-10, though, however, is out in the open, pulled the trigger, and we splashed behind him for 100 damage and tracked both of those tanks. Nobody puts a shot on them, so we don't get any track damage for that. I checked the AT-15 because I know how much of a turtle tank those are. I mean, it literally turns into a tortoise. Anyway. I've got jokes for days. AMX M4 heavy tank, goodbye. Now, that leaves one heavy tank, Tier 9 Russian T-10, the replacement for the IS-8. And we can't really get a good shot on him because he's kind of hanging back too close to the mountain. But I think, all right, he's going to pull up again. I'm going to take the shot, splash him. And if you saw that round, it hit about 100 yards behind, or like short of where I was actually aiming because it clipped the mountain. So again, wargaming, World of Tanks, and that ridiculous RNG for accuracy in my ARTY. Okay, so now we have a bulldog here, and I'm going to put the shot ahead of him, and he just outruns it. Like, I put the shot ahead of him thinking I could probably get the shot into him before he has a chance really to get away. And he just accelerated beyond belief, and my shot was well short of where it could have been to hit him. That being said, I know that a tank like this, a light tank, with no health left, and no chance to win, is going to come for me. So I have to make him a priority. So I get him off the map right away, and that leaves the AT-15 and their artillery piece. ARTY's down on the bottom. It looks like the Bat Chat, and it is the 155-55, so that is the Tier 9 Bat Chat. Comes with a 360-degree turret and a 155mm gun. Now this AT-15 is just sitting here pretty, and we overshoot him and splash him for 100 damage. And this is what I'm saying. People call ARTY OP, but you have far more matches like this where every shot you shoot seems to miss by just a little bit than you have of those 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, or in my case, the best game I've ever had, 9,972 damage. Now there you go. The AT showed me where he was going. I put the shot out, and he just ran right into it, and I didn't even need to see him. So if you like what I'm doing, 3,100 damage, 4 kills, punch that like button for me. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.